Good morning, good afternoon, third and fourth graders. I am going to be going over a new chapter in social studies with you. The last chapter we were on had to deal with the economy. We talked about natural resources, human resources, how businesses started up with capital, and how you were a consumer purchasing products from these different businesses. Now, in chapter 12, we are going to be looking at money in another way. We're going to be looking at how you are handling money or will be handling money in the future if you have allowances or as you get older when you have a job. So we are going to be looking at types of money today. Then in the next couple of days, we are also going to be looking at how you can be spending money, saving money, budgeting money, meaning that you have to have plans with that money. And I'm hoping that we'll have some activities as we go along with it as we're learning this as well. Okay, so today we are on lesson 1. It is on page 418 in your book, page 418. Make sure you are there. This is forms of money. So I'm going to read through this. You will get some new vocabulary words. We're going to talk about different ways of paying for items, and then you will have a small worksheet that you will do after this video where you will be writing down examples of what you can maybe purchase or use different forms of money for. So it says, people use money to buy what they want. Different kinds of money are traded for goods and service. So now we use money to get what we need. It used to be that you would have to trade items. So a long time ago, if you wanted to maybe get fur to stay warm in the winter, you could maybe give bushels of corn to the person who went out and did the hunting and got the fur, and then you would exchange that way instead of using money. So that is going to briefly be talked about here. Trading and bartering. To get goods or services, people need to trade. In the past, people often traded by bartering. To barter is to trade without using money. A farmer might have bartered eggs for cloth. Bartering is not always possible. No one may want to trade for your product no one may want to trade for your product or service. Okay, so most people don't really do that anymore. But you can see on the bottom, that picture shows some kids that are trading or bartering cards. So like if people have collector cards, they might want to trade each other. Like maybe you have Pokemon cards that you're trading. When I was a girl, we had American Girl doll cards, and my friends and I at school would trade back and forth with those. Okay, now money, using money to trade. Today, people often trade money for goods and services. Money makes trade easier. Coins and bills are small and light. They can be carried easily. Checks can also be traded for goods and services. The buyer writes on a check the amount to be paid. The bank takes the money from the person's account and gives it to the seller. Many consumers also use credit cards. And nowadays, lots of people use check cards as well, which is like a credit card, but the money comes straight out of your checking account. Credit cards let people buy goods and services now and pay for them later. Information from their credit card is sent by computers to banks. You can check with your parents if they have any credit cards and if they use them regularly. Okay, next page. United States money. The United States Mint began making coins in Philadelphia in 1792. A mint is a place where coins are made. So it's not the breath freshener that you're thinking of. We're talking about a mint where money is made. Okay, the United States has one. Metal strips are put into machines that punch out coin shapes. Designs are stamped on both sides of the new coins. The United States Bureau of Engraving and Printing in Washington, D.C. and Fort Worth, Texas makes our paper money. Okay, so our money is made somewhere and then sent to the banks, etc. And then that's how it ends up with us. Okay, on page 420, which I had just skipped over, there's a primary source there that shows different types of trade and money through time. So I'll put that up right here and we'll talk about it. It says background. People have been using money for thousands of years. But money was not always like the coins and paper bills that most people use today. It wasn't. And even if you travel the world, money looks slightly different everywhere you go. So it says cowrie shells were once used as money in India, Thailand, and other countries in Africa. So that's pretty interesting. They use some shells to trade and use as money. Wampum belts were used as money by Native Americans. See, those are pretty elaborate looking belts, so maybe some people would think it would be worth something. Turkish coins were some of the earliest coins to be used. You can see that there's some pretty cool looking engravings on those. That would have taken a lot of time for them to do that. Today, the euro is the money of countries in the European Union. You can see that up there. I think that even now has slightly changed from even when this book was published too. Okay. Now, so we got a chance to get some background information on different types of money. So we learned about trading, goods. We learned about cash, dollars and coins, credit cards, checks, lots of different ways that you can pay for something. So what you're going to do now is go on to Google Classroom and you are going to do the worksheet where you will be filling out some of the types of things you could purchase with money, different forms of money rather, because there really is going to be a difference. Usually credit cards are going to be for bigger purchases and people save cash, dollar bills and coins for smaller purchases. So you want to think about those types of items that would maybe be bigger purchases with credit cards or checks and smaller purchases with money, and what you would maybe use for trade or bartering and what used to be used for that as well as you fill out that worksheet. Let me know if you have questions and enjoy. See you next time.